The next thing you need to understand, emotional intelligence is a learned skill. It's not a fixed trait. In other words, you didn't wake up this morning with all the emotional intelligence that you need. You learn these. These are learned behaviors. Some of you have learned tremendous things since you've been at the credit union by exposing yourself to different opportunities, by getting different knowledge, getting specific knowledge, not general, in areas where you can excel and improve. Well, emotional intelligence is no more than the same thing. It's an asset in your tool belt. It's an asset in your skill set. You see, when you manage your emotions, you manage the outcome. Now, I'm not going to apply anybody's children, but Kelsey, I got to tell you this little story. So my baby, who is now 28, when she was small, if she was angry, not only did everybody in the house know it, but the dog knew it, and he ran from her. Not only did the house know it, the dog knew it, but all her friends knew it. They would call and say, "Is Kaylee okay?" She was really, really mad at school. And she had this notion, I can't imagine where she got this from, that if it didn't go her way, she didn't get it from me, she had this notion that if it didn't go her way, somebody was going to hear about it. I often think back, I allowed that behavior to happen. I had to correct that behavior, or she would have been probably an emotional wreck in our home. But this was early on. And so I learned that not only do I have to manage my emotions, sometimes I have to help people that are around me manage their emotions. And sometimes it's not by chastising, but it's by asking questions. So it might sound like this: "Kelsey, what's going on?" And you would say, "Well, I'm worried about this." And I would say, "Well, listen now, what is it that worrying is going to do to help make this better? Let's focus on the solution, because worrying about it's not going to make it better." And sometimes you have to help people with emotions. You have to be compassionate. And then you have to have a relationship, because not everybody wants you to share when they're emotionally distraught. I know there's some emotions that when come into people's lives, it causes them to outwardly express themselves in a bad way. For example, pain, anger, hurt. These are all emotions that when they come into us, we want to transfer anger. That's why some of you have seen people that call the credit union that are angry, that all of a sudden now they want to transfer their anger to you. When the truth of the matter is they're really angry at themselves. Lastly, emotional control. I think that equals this: when there's fantastic member service and the internal leadership understands, and I'll add another component, and the people doing the job are clear on their own emotions. I think that's when we have this place of control.